All right, Coach. You had a 1-1 weekend, scored 5 goals on Friday. Talk about what you thought, what you saw from your team. I know that Sunday didn't go how you wanted it, but it didn't. It seemed like you guys didn't give up at all.
Yeah, when you look back at it, if you were telling me we're gonna have 7 goals on the weekend, being honest, I would have come back with 2 wins. But especially when you look at Sunday, Western is one of the best, if not the best team right now in the conference. And mistakes that we made and digging a hole 4-0, that's just very, very uncharacteristic. On the flip side of that, the fact that the girls battled to the end, got the 2 goals late, we're still pressing for another one. Ran out a bit of time. But again, teams of that caliber, we can't dig such a big hole to try to climb out of.
Friday night, you guys scored 5 goals, 3 with under a minute, which second fastest in NCAA history. It's kind of something that we've never seen here, scoring 5 goals in the second half. What did you see from the team on Friday that kind of was encouraging to move forward?
Thought it was a fantastic response to halftime. It was 0-0 at halftime, and we left chances. Unfortunately, we've had too many games. We've left chances at the break, and we're going in 0-0 or just a goal lead, and we really challenged the girls. And I thought, what better way to respond than in less than a minute to be up 3-0, and then it continued. And we got to play a lot of players, and then they stepped up and contributed 5 different goal scores. I just thought it was a great response from the girls and a well-deserved result.
You had 5 different goal scorers in that game, 2 different ones. You had 7 different goal scorers this weekend. This team seems like they're starting to figure out how to score, not just Charisma and Marcy scoring. It seems like everybody's starting to, kind of get in on that. What does that say about this team? And moving forward, how important is that?
There's a lot of options, a lot of talented options, and we create problems for a lot of teams. And I think Western shut us down for 80 minutes. That we weren't able to get much going, and they did a great job of shutting us down. And I think we showed our resilience. And again, 2 different goal scores in that game. So again, it's maybe Sunday's hopefully a little bit of a wake up call for some things we might have we got a little too lax on. But again, just to know we've had only 1 game all year where we didn't score more than a goal. So that's really encouraging moving forward.
It's never good to lose a game, but was Sunday kind of maybe a little bit of a wake-up call? You had a 7-game winning streak going, the girls are feeling good. Does that kind of recharge them, make them say, hey, we got to really focus in and start a new win streak starting on Friday here?
I hope so. I think we had a really good training session last night. Really got back to the basics, especially on the defensive side. It's very, very uncharacteristic for us to concede so many goals. Even you factor in 2 penalty kicks. But again, there's breakdowns that put us in those situations, that put the referee in those positions to make those calls. For us, if we know what we can do offensively, so we've got to get back to being disciplined, conservative on the defensive side, just because we have so much firepower going forward.
You scored another couple set-piece goals this weekend. It seems like you have talented players on the set pieces that you haven't had since the MAC championship team with Jackie Hall and back to those days. Is that an encouraging thing for you, seeing Tess get another goal on a set piece? Is that encouraging for you as a coach?
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot of times it's the difference between winning and losing. And the biggest thing that it comes down to is we have the quality and consistency in services, and then you have brave players willing to get on the end of it. And that's a great combination for us and makes it very dangerous for opponents to have to defend.
On Friday, Georgina picked up 3 assists. A defender picking up 3 assists, that hasn't happened in a long time. What does that say about her? And then she came back on Sunday, but she knew, that some of those things that happened on Sunday aren't going to happen again. And what does that mean about her as a player?
Again, I just mentioned the consistent services that we're getting, and that's coming from her. Moving her up. She used to be a player that was trying to get on the end of them on corner kicks. Now she's serving it, but she just plays such a dangerous, consistent ball that makes it very dangerous for goalkeepers, very difficult for defenders, and you can see the confidence in our attacking players. They know the ball's going to get to where it needs to, and it allows them to gamble and take chances. What
has been the vocal point in practice this week? What are you guys focusing on as Central comes? They're 2-0, good team, but coming into Buffalo where not many teams come in and win.
A few bad habits creeped in, and it showed Sunday and on the tape. The girls, the effort, the energy till the game ends has always been fantastic. I give a ton of credit to our players for having that mentality. But again, some poor habits that we were punished by a very, very good team. So just kind of getting back to some basics to shore some things up, especially in our back line. But what a week they've had of training. What a way to respond. Really excited. Going against Central, one of the top forwards. in the league. She's a handful up top. And then you look at Eastern getting a lot of those players back, their top players back from injury from a year ago. It's going to be a really, really big challenge for us. But to be at home, and again, for what our goals are this season, this is a big statement weekend for our team.
The fans have come out for the first couple home games, and what are you hoping to see Friday night, under the lights again at UB Stadium? What are you hoping from these fans to kind of get your team going?
Our Friday crowds under the lights have been fantastic, and again with it being our first MAC home game, especially whatever the situation the game calls for it, there's moments you can see our players feed off the energy from our crowd, and we'll need that both days. Sunday, as always, it's hit or miss sometimes with the early kickoff. But again, we'll be introducing the new all black uniforms, long sleeve. But again, it's just our crowd coming out is massive because you can see the players feed off that, and we'll need that this weekend.